Hey there, good morning. It is 7:30 on the dot on this Monday, December 18th. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm your host, Bridgett Ellison. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you stayed dry. I was super sleepy with all of that rain, and I don't know what it is, but it just turns me into a sloth. Like I just need to just move slow, stay in the house. I don't know what happens, but I think is probably some weather phenomenon tied to feeling that way. And my Christmas lights died over the course of the weekend. But you know what? All in all, I feel blessed that that's the most of my troubles from that weather because we did have lots of issues. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas is here with us this morning. Good morning, Jonathan.
Hey, thanks for having me back on the show. It's been a while.
I know, and you have a show at 8 a.m. that comes up right after this where you talk a lot about weather.
Yeah, so we're going to kind of look ahead a little bit, way in the long range. It's long range Mondays, as I like to call it. So we're going to look way into the future today. So excited about the show and excited about that.
Yeah. I know we pulled up some of the videos that we talked about this morning, Jonathan, and I wanted to talk about those while we run those. Donovan's here with me at the controls, and he's laughing. but, but you know what? I'm in good hands. I'm not worried at all. But you know, we had some of these weather videos from over the weekend, Jonathan, and I thought maybe we could chat about it.
Sure, absolutely.
We had some of the local rain storm video where, you know, we saw strong wind and rain kept a lot of people in, but not the case for college football because people definitely turned out anyway at UCF Stadium at the Cure Bowl, but that was a mess out there.
It was. Yeah, I was if you're a sports bettor, which is now legal in Florida, by the way, on the app. Hope you took the under on this one. This is where you have some of the benefits there of knowing what the weather is going to be like. Obviously, crazy amount of rain. I think there were 13 fumbles. I was here on Saturday night. We were obviously covering the storm here as it came through. I believe I heard Ryan Welch say 13 fumbles in this game.
Right.
So
there should be a handicap for that when you know, like a football handicap, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, just nuts. I was talking with Ryan again. It always seems like if there is a nationally televised game in Orlando, like it is going to rain. When we had the Pro Bowl here, I believe it's back this year, it always poured, it seemed like there was always a storm coming through. Look at that. I mean, they're sliding on the field.
Sloppy.
Like it's like a slip and slide.
It's like flag football mess. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so just crazy stuff. Picked up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. Some places got way more than that. In Central Florida, 5 to 6. So it was a mess, to say the least.
You know, we looked at the storm cleanup issues too, and several neighborhoods did have flooding problems, which, you know, just as predicted, right? I mean, we had several areas across the state. Video from Fort Myers was showing some flooding, several inches out there. And it wasn't just the West Coast. We had heavy rain in parts of Jacksonville, wind gusts sending trees crashing down. So, I mean, it just shows that it doesn't have to be hurricane season for us to have some serious storms come through.
No, you know, one of the things we also talked about on the show and at length through the week was that this was not meteorologically or scientifically a tropical storm. They're built different. This was gaining its strength from differences in temperature and pressure in the atmosphere. We all know it, that hurricanes and tropical storms get their strength from the warm water. So it wasn't built tropically, and it was different in the sense, too, that the worst weather is not wrapped around the center like we are used to a tropical storm or hurricane, where I was like, okay, make sure you're getting away from the center. There were fronts attached to it, were cooler this morning because behind the system it pulled in cold air. So it was different in a bunch of different aspects, although to us, if you're sitting inside kind of watching it, it was windy and it was rainy like you would get with a tropical storm. But again, this thing, not storm surge in a sense, because hurricanes and tropical storms bring the storm surge, but coastal flooding. I mean, the water was being pushed on. I believe in Naples, they recorded their 6th highest surge reading on record, or highest tide reading on record there from the flooding in Southwest Florida. And in Tampa, St. Pete area, they had a lot of minor flooding as a result of that water from the Gulf kind of being pushed in from the storm as well. So again, you don't need it to be a tropical system to do this. These extra tropical cyclones, as we call them, nor'easters in the Northeast. You mentioned that on the morning show this morning, Bridget.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in the Northeast to be a nor'easter. It's just the Northeast winds. That's why it's named that. So it doesn't have to be in the Northeast per se. We can get them too on the East Coast of Florida. But nonetheless, these things are powerful. I know a lot of people sometimes are taken off guard because we're used to the tropical storms and hurricanes, but these extra tropical systems can be just as powerful as a tropical storm or a Category 1 or 2 hurricane. That Blizzard of 93, Superstorm 93, that wrecked Central Florida with severe weather. That was obviously not a tropical storm or hurricane, and you see what those things can do. So again, it's all dependent upon the structure of the storm and where they're getting their strength from. And in this case, pressure and temperature differences in the atmosphere. So just
Yeah.
crazy stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean, we had the governor saying that 100,000 people lost power over the weekend, but most of those people have lights back on. Like I was telling you, my Christmas lights are a casualty of this. I don't know. Maybe there's like maybe I can reset something somewhere. Maybe it'll dry out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I don't
Maybe,
know.
or if it's one of those, maybe the wind kind of knocked up one of those bulbs loose.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you have to
man.
find the one that.
I don't know if it's going to happen. And, Charleston got hit pretty hard, too. We talked about the flooding out there, and they, historically have problems just because of the sea level in regards to that area. But they had flooding over the weekend. They were probably dreading this system coming through there. So this is, they're calling it historic flooding once again. And so, they deal as best they can with it, but they just know that's part of the topography of the low country. That's why it's called the low country. But
Right
Jonathan, like you said, it doesn't have to be in the Northeast to be a nor'easter. So what are they looking at for the rest of the week as it moves north in the north?
First and foremost, I hope that anybody watching doesn't have to fly up there today, because the airports are going to be a mess. I mean, this thing is rocking and rolling. There's seen reports of crazy flooding on Twitter in New Jersey, Eastern Pennsylvania. This was, for us, it was the birth of the system. Like, it was being born on the Gulf Coast of Florida. It exploded as it left Florida and met up with some colder air again. And it's doing work up there. It is. The winds are crazy. The rain is crazy. I guess the one thing from a lingering standpoint is that there's no Arctic air on the back end of this, so it's all going to be rain. It's a big miss if you were hoping for a white Christmas up there.
Okay.
But it is just going to be travel headaches like crazy in the Northeast, really anywhere from Virginia now up into Maine. Just an absolute mess if you're trying to fly there over the next day or two.
Okay. And so what happens with us? Because I know we're set to get some colder air. We woke up chilly this morning.
Yeah. As this pulls away, we're drier anyway. So this thing is going to wrap in some dry air. We're talking about temperatures tomorrow morning, though, in the 30s and 40s. So there's a secondary cold front back there that's going to bring in a reinforcing shot of the cold, dry air. And we're going to see 30s and 40s tomorrow. So it's cool out there now. It's going to be really, really cold tomorrow. And the thing with tomorrow morning is that we're going to have the breeze. So there's two things with that. It's going to help widespread frost not develop north of Orlando. You need the clear skies, calm winds for that to happen. But there's going to be kind of a wind chill tomorrow. So it's going to insult to injury when you're waking up. And it's always tough if you work early in the morning. It's dark out there and it's cold. It's just not the best ingredient. So if you're
warm up the car if you can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll try to, dig out those gloves if we have them. And what do you call it? A beanie hat?
There you go. Yeah, beanie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those. I just have the regular toboggan hat.
Right. I will pull out my heavy new 6 jacket for tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll need it. You'll need it tomorrow, and probably Wednesday morning too.
Well, you know what? It might not be looking like Christmas, but it'll feel like Christmas for us. So we'll take it.
It will. And speaking of Christmas, just an early heads up. Looks like it could be on the wetter side.
Oh,
another one of these storms coming through. Hopefully, it doesn't have the punch as the last one. I don't think it will, but we'll be watching that. It's going to come out of the Gulf. There is our current system, by the way. You see it kind of wrapping up, and all the yellow and blue. That's the colder cloud tops that the infrared satellite is seeing as it kind of lifts up. So all that motion there right into the coast, that's what's causing coastal flooding towards like New York City, toward Long Island. It's just a mess up there. But there's all the dry air for us, Bridget. You were talking about it. That swirl you see coming through Atlanta, that's the secondary push of that dry, cold air. But right now, overhead, after it brought us rain, it's also bringing us the dry air. There's that cold front again coming through about the Nashville area. That is going to continue to push that colder air towards us. And you see, again, 50s and 60s here. It's cool in the morning, but you see the 40s in Pensacola already, and that's some of the cold air that is coming to settle in for us tonight. And there's tomorrow morning 30s and 40s. Yeah. So it's cool, but not like that. Tomorrow's it's gonna be a little bit of a different animal. And then I want to show you the rain chances. Again, drier over the next few days. I mean, rain chances pretty much 0% through Saturday. A little uptick on Sunday. That's Christmas Eve. I do think by Christmas Eve, though, we're going to start to watch for the potential for increasing rain chances. So here comes our next system, and you see it again bubbling up through the Gulf of Mexico, and then this is going to be Christmas Day. So I'm hoping that it's just going to have to do a little bit of dodging with the showers, and it's not just going to be a complete mess like the last 2 weekends have been. But I'm also hoping that this isn't a trend now, getting into the week is nice, and then the weekend's kind of ugly when you're in this kind of El Nino-y pattern, and that's exactly what's happening here. We have that subtropical jet blasting across the Pacific, Mexico, then the Gulf of Mexico. That allows for all of that, these systems to develop and just keep almost like a parade, a conveyor belt of disturbances, and hopefully all that stuff. Hey, I got to run and do a cut-in.
Right okay, thanks, Jonathan. Okay, we'll see you. Bye. All right. Good stuff. Lots of weather news, but it's, I'm glad that we got through it. It was quite a busy weekend weather-wise. So here we are on Monday, drying out and getting cold. And speaking of warming up the car, I know we had Trooper Steve standing by in results 1. Is it warmed up, Steve? Did you warm it up?
Oh, I got fireworks going on.
Look at you. And welcome back from Iceland, by the way.
Yeah, I guess that's the welcome back graphics right there. It is so nice to be back. It's crazy that even when I go to start the truck, I guess if it's a certain temperature, the seat warmers automatically kick on. I needed this in Iceland, Bridgett.
Right.
Bridgett, Iceland was no joke. I was listening to you and Jonathan talk about weather, and I'm like, you guys, we've got it so easy. Let me tell you. I was telling you this morning.
You said you saw hail.
I was ordering hail while I was ordering KFC in the drive-through, and I'm gonna post a video at some point about it. But it was just right through the window. Camila's there recording.
What size? Like what size hail?
I would say like pea size, but it was rain.
That stings.
So that. Oh, that stung. And the wind was just intense. Yesterday, I'm in the backyard kind of cleaning up because I've been gone for a full week. And
a little messy
the
when you
wind,
got
and
back.
I'm getting and I'm like, I'm just counting my blessings because I don't live in Iceland.
True.
So it's going to be perfectly fine here no matter what comes at us, right?
Yes, it's all about perspective, right? Well, how are the roads looking? I know lots of people are off, I'm wondering what this week will be like traffic-wise.
This morning, Bridgett, I was surprised. We were looking pretty good. We still are, but as you know, we are monitoring something out on the roadways right now. So let's just jump over. We'll do a traffic report, and I'll give you a little bit of gist of some police activity as well. So DOT cam right now in downtown Orlando is showing things are running fairly smooth along the I-4 area. This is downtown Orlando. You can see traffic is moving. It may not be moving very fast, but that's okay. As long as it's moving, that's all we want. This is one of our big issues that we're looking at this morning. So Ezzy Castro and photojournalist Goose Goslin are on the way to this scene right now. This is police activity off of Orange Blossom Trail and 45th Street. This is south of I-4, north of Holden. This is a troubling call. We're hearing a possible crash. We're hearing multiple shots fired along with a police call for immediate assistance. So just looking at the map, you can already see the heavy delays here. I do have it labeled as police activity, just waiting for Orlando Police Department to give us some info or waiting for Ezzy to provide some insight. So what I'm asking is avoid this area as much as possible. All you got to do is slide on over to John Young or slide on over to Orange Avenue, and you can avoid this mess as much as possible. We just hope everyone's okay, but we did hear multiple shots were fired with possible some people hit. A little further west there, our attractions are just seeing the routine delays, Bridgett, this morning. Nothing too crazy out there. If you're flying out this morning, Always make sure you're showing up. I think you covered it right before we left. I left on vacation.
Oh,
Three,
yeah,
two, one.
that's right.
Genius. Genius. Three
They
hours before your
close
flight.
those parking decks, parking A and B. If you're planning on parking in parking A or B, just forget about it because you're not going to
It's
get in.
insane. And I don't want to sound like the crazy guy here, but I got to really do a full experience through Terminal C, and it was miserable.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're the
I
follow up
thought the
then. Oh,
walking, yeah, the walking is crazy.
oh.
There is no infrastructure set up, and the
Now, is that
customer service
JetBlue?
is
Is which
non.
airline?
Oh,
C
I'll
is
call them all
mainly.
out. It's Iceland Air,
Okay.
JetBlue. There's, I think Southwest might be over there as well. Not
Okay. But
sure.
it's
Don't
not
hold me
their
to it.
fault. That's where
But
they put them.
it's
That's
not
where
their
they
fault.
relocated them.
That's
But
just,
yeah, it's a growing
it's just
pain.
was crazy, crazy. So I
Yeah.
definitely understand it. But getting your Uber or your Lyft there is super easy.
Okay. Well,
So, but the
we'll
the,
get
the
there.
walking I just thought was insane.
Oh,
I just, you know me, I call it what it is, and we hyped it up for so long. It was
right.
just, I'm sitting there on a flight with elderly people, and I'm thinking they have to walk all the way to baggage claim.
Right. And
Then
no, when
baggage
you
claim
say
is
hyped it up,
is
though,
no
we have
soft trip.
covered these problems because Eric Von
Oh,
Enken has been
100%
out
we
there.
have.
Yeah, it's like not hyped it up, we would say, but we've covered these, I would say, hiccups.
Well, right,
So it's like,
that's what I meant.
yeah,
It's like MCO
right,
put it out there as like, "Oh, check it out," but we were like, "Hold up."
right.
It's pretty, but it's not
The
working.
passengers
It's
told
not
us,
working.
they blew the whistle on some of those
They did.
logistics.
Yeah, amen to that, because
Yeah.
we were some of the passengers.
Well, I'm glad you're back
So, but
safely. I'm glad that I can't wait to see more pictures. So,
yes, yes. And do you want? Well, do you want me to give you the exclusive?
what?
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do it right? Do you want to do it right here?
Well, he had some breaking news, and you know me, I respect people's privacy, but you have some very exciting breaking news, so tell us more.
I got married.
Congratulations! You
Thank you. Thank you.
congratulations to you and Camila. I'm so happy for you. You're a
I
beautiful
appreciate
couple.
it. I
Can't wait for
appreciate it.
the family to
Thank you.
grow.
Everyone wants it to grow, but everyone's like, "Hey, you guys vacation so much that when's the
Hey,
big day?" So we're like, "We're gonna do our own thing," and that's
yeah.
exactly what we did.
Yeah, I love it. You've been going all around the world. I'm sure that, as the family grows, that won't stop you from going all around the world. You just put the baby in a baby backpack and go.
Don't
So,
put that on me, Bridget.
what? What are we doing this
Yeah,
for then, right? What?
well, more puppies. Let's get more
Okay, more
dogs.
puppies. I'm for that too.
All right.
Puppies and babies.
I gotta
Yes.
go check on some. I gotta go
Okay.
check on some things. I'm glad we could break it here, Bridget. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
later.
Congrats. All right. See you later.
Bye. Thanks.
Very exciting. He showed me the ring this morning and I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, congratulations. So we've been waiting, so that we're happy to have that update to share with you. All right, some more news to get to. We've been watching for the weapons detector pilot program to start, and it is starting this morning. Ezzy Castro has more on the schools that are rolling out this pilot program.
Wekiva High School in Apopka is the first school to test out a security system designed to prevent weapons from getting on campus. It's called Open Gate, similar to the detection systems we see at the theme parks, which is set to screen all students, staff, and visitors.
We're hoping it's going to provide um, us some data to make decisions about a tool that our board has been discussing for years.
6 other schools, Boone, Horizon, Lake Nona, Evans, Timber Creek, and Jones High Schools, are also set to test out the devices as part of the pilot program. Superintendent Dr. Maria Vasquez said the schools were chosen randomly and not based on a pattern.
So we selected randomly selected schools to be able to participate in the random weapon screenings.
And it's not just weapons. The district says these scanners will be able to detect other contraband items that aren't allowed on campus. We asked specifically what they'd be looking for, but they wouldn't say due to safety concerns.
This is one of the other things, unfortunately, we have to do these days, but it's in conjunction with everything else. It's, door locks and video cameras.
All right, so we'll let you know how that pilot program is going. Again, the first day rolling out at 6 OCPS schools. Look for follow-ups on clickorlando.com and the new 6 Plus app. Want to tell you a little bit more about shipping and shopping right now. We know that the days are winding down to make sure you get things out into the mail in time for them to land under the tree for Christmas. So we're 1 week away from Christmas Day, and there's just a little time left for those last-minute gifts to be shipped. U.S. Postal Service, we're working in overdrive right now. They say Wednesday is the last day to send packages through priority mail in time for Christmas. After that, you will have to spend extra to get it there on time. Of course, FedEx and UPS have other shipping deadlines and, different price brackets for getting it rushed. So try to get a move on it with your sleigh there, all you Santas and Secret Santas out there. Now we want to get to a recall alert. You buy those bags of salad and spinach and arugula and greens, and sometimes you don't get around to it. So check your fridges. These would have just expired. They had use by dates of the December 14th and 15th, but Publix stores across Florida have 2 bags of spinach, their store brand as well as Fresh Express. The FDA is issuing a warning that they could have listeria. Again, the use by dates of December 15th on the Fresh Express and December 14th expiration date on the Publix bag. So they're expired anyway. Throw them out. All right. Or take them back and get a new bag if you want. All right. And gas prices. We have some good news about gas prices. They are really low right now. New numbers in from AAA showing prices have fallen to a low not seen in more than 2 years. Believe it or not, right now, Florida drivers paying an average of $2.86 a gallon. If you participate in some of the discount clubs and apps, you can get even better than that. But stations across Orlando have an average of $2.73, and AAA expects low prices to stick around through the holidays. So there you go, a little bit more change in your stocking for Christmas time. Before we go, we want to take you out to a gift for teaching. On Friday, I had the privilege of once again helping MC the Grant a Wish Day. It was their 13th annual Grant a Wish Day, where they invite 3 students in from OCPS schools who were nominated. This year they had more than 40 nominations, and then a committee narrowed down all those students. They selected 1 elementary school student, 1 middle school student, and 1 high school student. And these students were nominated by their teachers for persevering through hard times, maybe inside and outside of the classroom. And so we had a chance to be there for that 5-minute shopping spree that they had inside of the Gift for Teaching free store, which is normally school supplies. They had lots of toys and goodies for them on Friday. Let's take a look. We are here at a Gift for Teaching's free teacher supply store, which is normally stocked up with school supplies like this, but today things looked so different. The shelves were stocked with toys. And I say that because most of them are gone now. 3 very fortunate Orange County students had a chance to come in and go on a big shopping spree. Take a look. On your mark, get set, go!
It's the only time of year where we welcome students into, we work with teachers all year round, which is fantastic, and we know it's helping their students ultimately.
How has she helped him in so many ways?
So I work a lot, so it's times I can't go to conference, it's times I can't even do their homework with them. So Miss Malu always calls me like, hey, no worries, I'll make sure I do this, I make sure I got this. So I'm so thankful for her.
I've seen you here year after year because your students end up being selected out of all the nominations.
I think that happens because I write from a place of love, and I amplify their stories because I see the whole child. And when I write about my kids, it's because I want everyone to know that despite their circumstances, my kids persevere.
What are some of the things she tells you guys?
Try your best.
What was one of the favorite things you picked up so far, you think? What is that?
It's a helmet. That's
Oh,
a
nice.
quiz.
The free teacher supply store is operated throughout the school year, serving more than 13,000 teachers across Orange and Osceola counties. And Thompson says pencils and paper continue to be the top needed supplies, and the prices have been going up. That's why they're urging everyone to help support them through the end of the school year. They have matching pledges up to $75,000 through December 31st. You can learn more about supporting A Gift for Teaching at agiftforteaching.org. I'm Bridgett Ellison. I'll see you in the morning starting on Monday. All right, that's right. Here I am on Monday, but I'm so glad that these students were able to cap off the end of the year with such a great reward. And of course, these teachers are so in tune with them and what they're going through. And that is what really touches my heart more than just the material things that they were able to be rewarded with, but just that they have such caring teachers. So it's a beautiful thing. Support Gift for Teaching because it supports the teachers who are supporting the students. And many times, you know, they don't have everything they need at school. So that is one way you can definitely give back and know that it is making a difference and getting results in the community, in our schools, and serving so many students across Orange and Osceola County. So a great, great charity to be involved with. Well, we are going to let you go. We'll see you at 7:30 tomorrow for Breakfast with Bridgett. We hope you have a great day. We're going to leave you with a live look at the beautiful sunrise over Daytona Beach. Have a good one. Stay warm.